Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today, we're going to continue our webinar series looking at the uses of our DynamicPoint Portal product for various industries. Specifically, today, we're going to look at a customer portal for the manufacturing industry. So we have a lot to cover today, so with no further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So today's agenda, first of all, we're going to look at this manufacturing industry, again, specific to a customer portal, and look at the features that are the most applicable for this industry. We will switch that over and go into a demo of a portal. For the third item on the agenda here, we're going to do a review of specific customer sites and look how they're using the portal. And then we will end it off with next steps. So on the introduction webinar, or the introduction video to this webinar series, we did a full analysis of all our customers and a classification of those customers by industry and looked at what product features from the portal perspective that they were using. And this is tough, right? Because any given customer, regardless of their industry, can use a feature if it is, of course, applicable to their business needs. But this represents the most popular. So today, again, we're looking at a customer portal for a manufacturing customer. And the features that are the most popular to this industry was financial management uses of the portal, order management, contract management, reporting, and fulfillment. In the next step, we're going to go into detail on which each of these means. But again, just because you don't see a box check doesn't mean it couldn't be applicable to the manufacturing industry. It just didn't seem to be as popular. So if we look at what these features mean, financial management, viewing, printing, paying of invoices, statements, monitor due dates and discount status, update ACH information, payment details, and the application of credit memos. Order management, view, edit, credit, sales orders, RMAs, check order status, print orders, update prior to delivery. Contract management, storage and maintenance of customer contracts, documents, expiration and renewal, electronic signature capture. We have reporting, which is the sharing of dashboards and KPIs with customers and giving them the ability to generate their own reports. And then lastly, we have fulfillment, which is viewing fulfillment details, including jobs and order status, as well as tracking shipments, delivery dates, and percentage of completion. So again, these are features that are the most popular for manufacturing clients of ours in providing their customers with a customer portal. So now that we've gone through it, let's go ahead and look at a demo. Okay, here's our demo portal. First thing I should probably say, like all of our portals, this is an Office 365 SharePoint based interface. So it is an add-on that is added to Office 365. So we have a lot going on our portal here. Let's go through it. We have the ability to look at orders, invoices, manage returns, as well as inventory, contracts, shipments, reports. We have some contact widgets to the various key people in the company. We have a document library showing documents that I want to share with the customer, a couple calendars, and then some other links off to the side. Here you can see change my company information, update ACH details, update contact records, complete a satisfaction survey, view a discussion board. All right, so let's go through each of these. I'm going to start with orders. When I click on orders, what it is doing is automatically querying that data directly from the ERP and filtering it for the authenticated customer. So I'm actually looking at sales orders directly in my ERP application. Depending on your configuration, you could have the ability just to view only, edit, or create. So here you can see I could look at my orders, I could look at line items associated to them, I could drill into them. When I drill into them, it's going to bring up all the header details as well as all the line items on this order. You see I have the ability to delete line items. And if I go back to this screen, I could actually create a new order. Let's go ahead and fill this out really quick. We'll create it. When I create it, it's going to call the underlying ERP application, return with all the defaults for the customer, so all their bill to and ship to, and then I could go ahead and select items to add here as well. When I select items, you see it's given me a full grid of all the inventory items that are available for me for this particular customer, as well as a small little icon picture. I could pick which items I want and add those directly to my order. When I am done with this, I could choose to submit it. Submitting it kicks off a workflow process that I'm not going to go into today, but it actually sends it for approval and then sends some notifications to the customer that their order has been received. So that was enough of the sales order. Let's go ahead and look at invoices. Invoices, maybe I want to drill into them, look at their status associated to them, maybe print an invoice. So if I click print, it's actually calling this report directly from the ERP and presenting that as a PDF, so I could save it, download it, whatever it is that I want to do with it. The other thing that I hope customers do with my invoices is pay them. So I could see I have a checkbox next to these invoices. I could click the checkout button. And what that has done is it's called a payment service that we've integrated with. You can see the two invoices that I selected, and then I could go ahead and put my credit card details in right from here and pay those invoices from the portal. Returns, maybe I want customers to see the returns. Again, the items associated to it, as well as the ability to create a new return. Given that we've already gone through the creation on the order, I'll go ahead and skip it. It's very similar. You have the ability to create the return and add items to it. Inventory, maybe I want to share inventory with my customers, or in a lot of cases, there's customer-owned inventory. Again, I could look at this data, drill into the inventory levels, and then show the details of what's on hand or what's currently on POs or on currently allocated to sales orders. All right, so I think we covered all the actions here. Let's go down. Actually, let's go up here and look at the links here, the ability to change customer information. If I go into this, you can see it's showing the details of my customer record, again, directly in the ERP as well as the balance. I could go in here and say that I've changed locations and update it. Any update could go for an approval process first or go directly into the ERP and updating that customer record. Changing ACH information. For this, I just showcased it a little bit differently. I included a form as opposed to a live integration with the ERP. Here you see my ACH change request form. I'm not going to bother you with filling this out, but I could put in my bank details, my new routing number, and my account number, and then submit it. That will also go for an approval process. Update contact records. So these are contacts that are associated to my customer record in my ERP. As you can see, I could edit these if I want to change anyone's information, as well as create new contacts directly from here. So I could say Mike. The other thing with adding contact records, sometimes we have this already or automatically linked to the sharing permissions of the portal. So when I add a new contact, we'll actually send them an email and say that the portal has been shared with them as well. A few other things I'd like to showcase: a satisfaction survey. So this is my customers, they could provide feedback. In reality, I'd probably want to provide this to them in more of a proactive basis. I could send this to them after they place an order or something like that, or on a routine basis. Again, I won't bore you with going through every field here, but it's a full embedded Microsoft form showing various factors of their satisfaction. They could complete it. There's multiple pages, and then they could submit it. Again, lastly, so we'll look at this discussion board. The discussion board gives my customers the ability to collaborate with me directly. So you can see I could go in here, I could respond to their questions, I could do polls, praises, likes. It's your typical feedback form or conversation. So I think that covers it for all the right links that we have. Let's go through a couple here. Let's start with shipments. How about? So this is pulling shipments for my customer directly from the ERP. You can see here I've included the tracking number that they could click on if they want to drill off to like a FedEx site to see the details. Again, I have the line items that are included on these shipments that I can see from the drill down, as well as just expanding it here. It's up to you. You could either expand it in the grid or drill into it and see all of the line items associated with this shipment. Let's look at reports. So the report I have embedded here is more geared if this customer is a reseller of mine. And what it's going to share is profitability per location. So you can see here's a store sales report. So like I said, this would be more applicable if they were a distributor or a reseller of mine. Again, this is an embedded Power BI report. The data is pulling information in a real-time fashion. And depending on how much control I want to give them, I could give them drill down features and things like that and give them live interaction with these reports. Okay, so the last one that I have yet to cover is contracts. So what this is going to do is pull contracts from my ERP. It's going to include an expiration date, but it's also going to give my customers the ability to renew a contract. By clicking the renew button, this is actually going to kick off a workflow. When I renew contracts with my customers, I need to get them to fill out a form or accept a contract. I need an electronic signature associated to that. And then I ultimately need an approval by my contract management department. So you can see really what that has done is clicked off a review, of which you can see here I just got a notification of. And if I were to go into my email, you can see this has been integrated with DocuSign. Oops, I'm sorry, wrong one. It's been integrated with DocuSign, so I have the ability as the customer to review this contract. I could review the terms and conditions. Of course, everything looks good to me, so I'll accept it. Upon completion of this contract, it's going to go to an internal person for review. So if we go back to my email, you'll notice the next step here is I actually got a Power Automate approval action. This is intended for an internal contract administrator. They could link out to that completed form that I just filled out, make sure everything looks good. And after their acceptance, they could go ahead and approve it. So we'll go ahead and approve it. Say this looks good. Upon their approval, it will send a customer a notification that their contract has been renewed. So you can see my approval status coming through there as well. I received this email going to the customer. Thank you for extending your contract. And then if I were to go back to this screen here and do a quick refresh, we're actually going to update that contract expiration date directly in the ERP. So you can see that's been updated. So that's a little bit more in-depth example there, and includes some workflow as well as some business automation. So I think that's it for our demo. I believe we've covered all aspects of this functionality that I wanted to showcase. So I think we're going to turn back to the PowerPoint presentation and close it up. Okay, so those were the features that we covered. Moving forward, we're going to look at a couple customer examples that are using the portal product. Again, these are manufacturing customers. Just to do a quick showcase, here you can see this is order creation is being featured, creating and editing opening sales orders, viewing released ones, open invoices, again, that financial component being pulled into the portal, historical invoices. And all of these, I should note, we've blanked out our customer logos for the sake of respect to them. But if I scroll into this one, a lot's going on here. We have an open order report. We have ability to print your own customer statement. We have unpaid invoices, historical invoices. There's actually a lot of links available from the top menu here as well. This is another portal with a lot of activity. You can see there's the ability to look at my AR activity, jobs, annual sales, view reports, again, invoicing, aging, tickets. So they're bringing in the support management element to this, viewing your customer contacts, and then your customer details as far as address information. So that one is actually pulling together a lot of different aspects of portal functionality. And then just to wrap it up, a few things in consideration of a portal or what a portal is not. A portal, if you notice, these are not B2B e-commerce site. It's not intended to be an Amazon shopping cart experience. And then the other thing I'll highlight, it's not, instant gratification. Thought has to go into what your customers are asking you for and what would benefit them of putting this information, whether it be, all the things we looked at, data, reports, workflows, business automation, what would benefit your customers, and really bring them into this portal such that it would be, a benefit not only to you from saving costs, but to them from getting that information more timely and convenient. And then just a few thoughts, is a portal right for me? These portal sites are best suited for B2B relationships, right? This is really businesses working with other businesses. It's not really geared towards a consumer. Consumers are usually more interested in e-commerce sites and things like that. The next thing you'll see, collaboration. If my customer doesn't care that much about seeing their invoices or seeing order status, then what is a portal providing them? There really has to be that desire and that imperative for them to come on, see their own reports, look at analytics, and really look at the details of their orders with me, or jobs or invoices or whatever it is that I'm sharing with them. And that leads nicely into this last one. It's really geared towards long-term customer relationships. If a customer just buys something from me and I never see them again, chances of them coming into a portal is probably unlikely. If it is a long-term sale, if I'm performing, multiple orders and multiple fulfillments, or jobs are spanning a long time, then the portal could provide a lot of benefit because there's a lot of collaboration that needs to be done between me and my customer. So where do we go? I will include some links that are provided by our friends at Microsoft on building SharePoint portals and using it as an extranet, as well as our website, where we have a lot of good information, more videos, additional industries that you could find that the portal will be used for, both from a customer portal as well as a vendor portal perspective. And then just some general reflection, do you use Office 365? If you do, a lot of what I'm showing you is technology that you already own. So that's a humongous benefit because it's within reach, right? It's not like you have to start from scratch. A lot of it is technology that's already within your organization. Would my business benefit from using a portal? In other words, is there some cost savings to be had? Are people asking me for information that's costing me internal resources and time that I would benefit as a company by providing that on a portal? And then lastly, of course, would my customers or vendors, and obviously in this case customers, would they benefit? Are they interested in seeing this information in a real-time access, 24/7 self-service method? So that was all the time we had for today. Thank you again so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Bye now.